Shalom. Calling la Yahweh Shem Yahushai by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone Ruel Shalom to the 144,000 and one-third remnant men, women, and children of the whole full elect Shalom. This is Brother Kabar Yas coming back at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Our prayers let's be edifying straight to the point. Well, for those of you who thought Trump saved TikTok, turns out he actually didn't save TikTok at all. Okay? And he said he was put a temporary ban on TikTok. So, looks like on April the 5th, which is on a Sunday, by the way. Okay? Looks like TikTok will be banned. It will be banned permanently. So, we'll see what happens then. Okay? But they're about to get ready to ban all these social media platforms, man. Okay, especially the ones that we be on. Okay, on YouTube. What's the other one? Odyssey and BitU. All these platforms gonna be gone real soon, man. Okay. So without further ado, let's read this article from the Endtime Headlines.org. It says TikTok days a number that's banned on April 5th nears. As the clock ticks down to April 5th, 2025, TikTok's future in the United States hangs in the balance with a potential nationwide ban looming. The popular short-form video app owned by Chinese company ByteDance President Donald Trump, and has been a cultural juggernaut boasting 170 million American users. However, national security concerns tied to its Chinese ownership has fueled a legislative push that could see it vanish from U.S. app stores and devices. So they're about to ban TikTok, man. Okay, and those of you who said, look, Trump said that he wasn't going to ban TikTok, he was going to save TikTok, man. So, yeah. Anyway, let's continue. The saga began earliest last April when, that was almost a year ago, well, basically a year ago, when then President Joe Biden signed a bipartisan law requiring ByteDance to divide, to divest TikTok's U.S. operations or face a ban, citing fears of Chinese surveillance and data privacy risks. According to Forbes, the House passed this legislation with an overwhelming 360 to 58 votes, reflecting broad support across party lines. The law set a deadline of January 19, 2025 for ByteDance to sell, a date that was briefly enforced when TikTok went offline for U.S. users late Saturday night in January, only to return by Sunday noon after intervention hints from President-elect Donald Trump, the New York Times. Trump, who took office on January 20, 2025, issued an executive order delaying the ban by 75 days, pushing the deadline to April 5th. Reuters reported Trump's statement that a deal would happen before this cutoff, suggesting optimism about a sale to a non-Chinese owner. However, Bloomberg noted that despite this reprisal, no concrete divestiture has materialized, leaving TikTok's fate uncertain as new deadline approaches. Efforts to avert the ban has intensified. Bloomberg reported on March 18 that Obstacle Corp is exploring a proposal to provide security assurance for TikTok U.S. operations, potentially taking a small stake while leaving the app's algorithms in Chinese hands. This plan, circulated within the Trump administration, aims to address data security concerns without a full scale, an idea that has sparked debate over its feasibility. Meanwhile, foes highlighted Trump's March 6th comment that he would probably extend the April 5th deadline again, raising hopes among the TikTok supporters, but also question about the legal limits of such delays. Okay, so we'll see what happens, man. We'll see if it gets banned on April 5th or he's going to extend the deadline. We'll have to wait and see. So, anyway, Pew Research Center data published on March 25th underscores shifting public sentiment that could influence these efforts. Support for a TikTok ban has dropped from 50% in 2023 to 32% in 2025, with opposition raised from 22% to 32%. Non-users remain more likely to favor a ban, 45%, than users, 12%. But the overall declines suggest growing resilience to shutting down the platform, a factor that may pressure policymakers to seek alternatives. And they're going to eventually ban this TikTok, man, okay? The question is when, they're going to ban all these platforms, man, okay? Eventually, okay? So without further ado, let's get some couple of scriptures. I ain't trying to make this long, man. But eventually, all these platforms are going to be gone, man, okay? All these platforms going to be gone, okay? These people going to lose their heads, okay? So, we're very close because this internet has done its job really to get this word out. That's what the internet was really created for, to get this word out. And this word has spread throughout the four corners of the earth, whether it be via YouTube. Okay, you got folks on TikTok, all right, talking about the Hebrew Israelites. Some call us so-called black Hebrew Israelites. Some agree with the words. Some people don't. You got some brothers that actually use the platform to, do little short videos about, and read scriptures. But nevertheless, man, hey, this word has done exactly what it's supposed to do, okay? And it's gone out to out the four corners of the earth, man. Let's get this. This is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. Okay, so this truth, this word has gone out throughout the four corners of the earth via this internet, man. Okay, let's get that internet scripture. Psalms 19. Psalms 19. In verse 1 through 4. Psalm chapter 19, verse 1 through 4. The heavens declare the glory of Yahweh, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Verse 2. Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. So this firmament, okay, this is how this word goes out, through the internet, okay? Verse 3. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. This word can be heard in many, many different languages, man. Okay? And if you go to the YouTube studio and you check the you know what? Well, let's finish reading this first and I'll show you. Okay? It says, verse 4, their line is gone out through all the earth, and their words to the ends of the world. And in them had he set a tabernacle for the sun. So this word has gone out throughout the four corners of the earth, just like we read in Matthew chapter 24, verse 14, man. Okay, this word has gone out throughout the four corners of the earth, man. Okay, if you go to the analytics right here, okay, let's see, audience. When you go here, let's see, right here. All right, it says United States. Go up here, you check last 90 days. All right, you see there you got France. 2% people in France watching. Okay. And let's see. Last 7 days. All right. 7 days. 28 days. All right. I just want to show that. All right, let's get back to the scriptures. All right, so there you go. So this truth is going out throughout the four corners of the earth. You got people sometimes in the UK watch. You got some folks down in Canada, South America, okay, all over the globe watching this, man. Okay, watching the brothers, watching the men in the Lord, man. Okay, so real soon, the Lord, how about Shin Yao Shai? He's gonna stop this livings of water from going out, man. Okay, so the Amos 8 and 11. Amos chapter 8, verse 11. Behold, the days come, said the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of words of the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai. So the Lord is going to send a famine of the word, man. Yeah, that is very, very close. Okay, so getting this true, yeah, you're not going to be able to get this true pretty soon. Okay. Verse 12, and they shall wander from sea to sea, from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and how about Shin Shine shall not find it. Two-thirds going to be looking for this word, man, and they're not going to be able to find it. The Lord is going to shut the mouths of his prophets real soon because this truth has finally gone out, man. This truth has gone out throughout the four corners of the earth. Okay? And it says the land is going to be barren of faith, man. Let's get that scripture. Let's go to Second Ezra. The Lord is going to soon cut this word off. Okay? This is why we tell you Israelites, man, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans to get this word, get this truth while you can. Because time is running out. Okay? Second Ezra chapter 5 verse 1. Nevertheless, as coming the tokens, behold, the days shall come that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden. This truth is going to be hidden. Okay? This gospel, the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai, he's going to stop this livings of water, man. He's going to cut it off. Okay? And the land shall be barren of faith. Okay? So pretty soon, we're getting very close to Amos chapter 8 verse 11. They're going to get rid of all these platforms, man. They're going to get rid of YouTube. They're going to get rid of TikTok. They're going to get rid of Facebook, Instagram. They're going to get rid of the internet altogether, man. Okay? And really, in order for you to have the internet, you're going to have to take that what? That small digital device that's going to go inside your hand. Okay? Or they're going to put the internet on the brain, CHIP. Okay? Okay, like it tells you in Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay, we all know what that mark is, man. Okay, it's the C hip. Why you think Elon Musk is pushing this C hip? All right, the brain C hip. Okay, so we know the MOTB is very, very close. That's what it says in the Good News Translation. Let's stay here. Second Ezra chapter 5, and yeah, let's read it. Verse 1. But these are the signs. The times will come when all people on earth will be in the grip of great confusion. Woo! The way of truth will be hidden, and no faith will be left in the land. Yeah. What does it say in Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 1 through 3? Yeah. Hey, that's powerful, man. Let's read that again. I gotta read that again, man. Second Ezra chapter 5, verse 1 in the Good News Translation. But these are the signs. And we're telling you the signs, all right? Measured out the times diligently in itself, man. Okay, we're telling you about the signs of the times. The time will come when all people on earth will be in the grip of great confusion. People ain't gonna know what to do. Okay? When the men of the Lord are no longer on the highways and byways and no longer on the YouTube platform or TikTok platform or whatever platform, yeah. When this internet is gone and this truth is gone, yeah. These people are gonna be in a grip of great confusion. Let's continue. Let's read again. Let's start at the top. Second Ezra chapter 5, verse 1 in the Good News Translation. But these are the signs. The time will come when all people on earth will be in the grip of great confusion. The way of truth will be hidden, and no faith will be left in the land. Yeah. Let's read verse 2. Wickedness will increase until it has become worse than you have ever known it to be, man. So we're entering into what? The time of what? Jacob's trouble. Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. Daniel's 12 and 1. Matthew chapter 24, verse 21 and 22, man. The days are being shortened for the elect's sake. Okay? Wickedness is going to increase, man. All hell is going to break loose. These devils, Esau, he was going to come down with great wrath because he knoweth that he had but a short time. Okay? So this is why we tell you Israelites to what? Get this truth while you can, man. Okay? Let's go to Isaiah. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 30. Let's get over here. Isaiah 30 and verse 1 through 3. As we're going to read. And then we're going to jump down to verse 9 through 13. Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1 through 3. It says, Woe to the rebellious children, said the Lord Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. And that's talking about you Israelites, man. Because you Israelites refuse to listen. You refuse to hearken to the men of the Lord. Okay? Verse 2, that walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, who's modern day Pharaoh in this spiritual Egypt, Esau, even so-called white man, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt, America. A lot of our people believe in America. Okay? They trust in America. They trust in Esau. They think America is going to be around forever. No, man. Babylon the Great is falling. Okay? Verse 3, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. See? Just like we read in 2nd Ezra chapter 5, verse 1. It says all the people is going to be gripped in great confusion. So, yeah. Our people, they trust in this wicked place. They trust in Babylon. Okay? And Babylon is going to be their downfall, man. Okay? So this is why we tell you Israelites, man, you need to listen to the men of the Lord, the prophets. Let's go now. Let's go back to the Good News Translation. And we're going to go to now. Let's go to 2nd Chronicles 36, verse 15. No, verse 16 and 17. Yeah. No, wait. No, verse 15. I was right. Slop you. Verse 15. 2nd Chronicles chapter 36, verse 15 and 16. The Lord Yahweh, the power of their ancestors, have continued to send prophets to warn his people. Like the Lord sent. He's sent the man of the Lord to warn you Israelites, man, of the dangers of the times to come. Okay? And his people are you Israelites, man. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Because he wanted to spare them and the temple. Verse 16, but they made fun of Yahweh's messengers, ignored his words, and laughing at his prophets, until at last the Lord Yahweh's anger against his people was so great that there was no escape. And that's about to happen to 2/3, man. Okay? That refused to hearken to this truth. I forgot to read Isaiah chapter. Well, I'll go back to it. But I'm going to read it over here, though. See what it says over here. All right, let's go back to Isaiah 30. Isaiah 30. Let's go down to verse 9. They are always rebelling against Yahweh, always lying, always refusing to listen to the Lord Yahweh Shai's teachings, refusing to listen to the man of the Lord, man. The Lord is extending his hand out to you Israelites, man. Y'all keep rejecting the Lord Yahweh Shai's hand. Okay, that's being extended out to you through via his prophets. Verse 10. They tell the prophets to keep quiet. They say, don't talk to us about what's right. Tell us what we want to hear. Let us keep our illusions. Yeah, that's 2/3, man. They don't want to hear that Esau even is a so-called white man. They don't want to hear that Babylon, the great America, is going to be destroyed. That these devils are about to come down a great wrath. They don't want to hear that. 2/3 of our people, they don't want to hear that. Okay, they even buck up against us going into slavery. Okay, saying that that never happened. They buck up against the 12 tribes sign, man, saying that the so-called Latinos and Native Americans are not the Israelites. That's all the Israelites are still, all the other 10 Israelites are still in Africa. Well, that's a bunch of load of BS. So our people are very rebellious, man. And the Lord Yahweh Shai is about to kill 2/3 of his people, man. Okay? Verse 11. Get out of our way and stop blocking our paths. We don't want to hear about your holy power of Israel. Yeah, they don't want to hear about the true power of Yahweh Shem Shai. Well, our people still calling on who? Who they still calling on? White man Jeebus, man. Calling on JC. Verse 12. Excuse me. But this is what the holy power of Israel says. You ignore what I tell you and rely on violence and deceit. Verse 13. You are guilty. You are like a high wall in a crack running down it. Suddenly, you will collapse. Yeah. And 2/3 are about to meet their fate, man. Like it tells you in Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8. And it shall come to pass in all the land, said the Lord Yahweh, the land of Babylon the Great. 2/3 are going to be cut off and they're going to die on this side, man. So, you Israelites better get right, man. Because time is running out. The Lord Yahweh Shai is no longer playing. Okay? Let's see. Let's get this scripture. Let's go to Ezekiel. Because pretty soon, the Lord Yahweh Shai is going to take his prophets off the streets, man. Okay? Let's see. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter. Let's go to Ezekiel 2. Let's read that. In verse 3. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that have rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me even unto this very day. 2/3, man. And really 2/3 wasn't meant to get it, man. Okay, like it tells you in Romans chapter 11, verse 7. The election have attained it and the rest were blinded. Verse 4. For they are imprudent children and stiff-hearted. I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shai power. Verse 5. And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that there have been a prophet among them. You gonna, hey, 2/3 of our people gonna realize that there's been a true prophet among them the whole time, man. Okay? Like it says, when these things begin to happen, let's get that scripture. I think it's Ezekiel 33. And let's go down to verse 33. Let's start at verse 30. Yeah, let's start at verse 31. You want to read all the way down to verse 33. And they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them. For with their mouths they show much love, but their hearts goeth after their covetousness. Verse 32. And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice, that can play well on an instrument, for they hear thy words, but they do them not. Verse 33. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that there had been a prophet, that a prophet had been among them. You're going to know that there was a true prophet among you, man. Let's get this in the Good News Translation. Ezekiel 33. And it tells you, man, that hey, we supposed to warn you Israelites, because if we don't warn you, that's blood on our hands, man. Okay? Ezekiel 33, verse 31 through 33 in the Good News Translation. So my people crowd in to hear what you have to say, but they don't do what you tell them to do. Loving words are on their lips. Lovely words are on their lips. No, loving words are on their lips, but they continue their greedy ways. Verse 32. To them, you are nothing more than an entertainer. Yeah, that's what our people look at us. All right. Don't know what they're involved in, man. 2/3 of our people, including some Israelites that's in the truth, man, don't know what they're involved in, man. Okay. They look at this as entertainment, something to watch. You know, you're an Israelite, man. Yeah, this is something. Yeah, no, man. This is more to just being an Israelite, man. It's more to that. Okay? Verse 32. To them, you are nothing more than an entertainer singing love songs or playing an harp. They listen to all your words and don't obey a single one of them. Verse 33. But when all your words come true, and they will come true, then they will know that a prophet has been among them. And hey, our words are coming true through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shemi Shai. Our words are coming true. Okay? And really, this is the Lord's words, man. Okay? Not our words. This is of the glory Yahweh Shemi Shai. Okay? This truth is of the glory Yahweh Shemi Shai, man. Okay? He just sent us to, hey, deliver his message, to warn our people, whether they were here, whether they were forbear. Don't matter, because the time is coming, man. Like we read in Amos chapter 8 and verse 11, the time is coming when this truth will be cut off. This fountains of living waters, okay? It's not going to be found very easily and going to be easy access real soon, man. This is Ezekiel 3 and verse 26. And the Lord like, and I will make thy tongue to cleave to the roof of thy mouth, that thou shalt be dumb, and thou shalt not be to them a reprover, for they are a rebellious house. So get this word, get this truth while you can, man. Don't wait until it's too late. Okay? I'm gonna leave you with this scripture and I'm gonna close it out. I'm going on long enough. So hey, pretty soon all these platforms are gonna be gone. TikTok is starting with TikTok, so we don't know if TikTok gonna be banned or not. So we'll have to wait and see. All right, we'll have to just wait and see. We'll see if that's gonna be the case or not. They might do it, they might not, they might extend the ban, but eventually they're gonna ban it, and eventually they're gonna ban all these platforms that we're on. So hey, get ready. This is Sirach, Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 7. Make no tarrying and turn to the glory of Yahweh Shemi Shai, put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the glory of Yahweh Shemi Shai come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance, man. So, hey, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, man, because time is running out. The doors of mercy is about to close, okay? So I'm going to end it here. I pray this lesson was edifying and straight to the point. Call Halayi Yahweh Shemi Shai by Shem Rakakwadash. Shalom to the next one. Till then, Shalom, Kwam Yashrala, Abba Shalom.